Stormy Night, told by Sarah Jameson. When I was a little girl, I visited my aunt and uncle's house to have a sleepover. My parents dropped me off and stayed to have dinner with us. While at the dinner table, my uncle was discussing how his company was having terrible weather, and there was even the threat of tsunamis hitting in the next couple of days. After dinner, my parents left, and soon after that it was time for me to go to bed. I remember thinking that we should be preparing for the storm that was coming for us, and wondering why my aunt and uncle didn't even seem worried. I got ready for bed, but I was unable to fall asleep. I lied awake in bed for hours, wondering and worrying about the big storm coming our way. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore, and I got up to talk to my aunt, who I thought would help explain why we weren't leaving the house to go somewhere safe. I walked into their bedroom, but it was pitch black and I couldn't see anything. I couldn't tell who was my aunt and who was my uncle. Since I couldn't tell who was who, I used the logic that since my mom slept on the left side of the bed, my aunt must sleep on the left side of the bed too. I shook who I thought was my aunt awake, only to find that I'd woken up my uncle. I tried to explain to him that I was worried about the storm. He told me to go back to sleep, and then he would bring Max, the dog, upstairs and let him sleep in my room to protect me. I didn't argue with my uncle, but I distinctly remember thinking that Max wouldn't be able to protect me from the storm. What good was a dog going to do? After Max joined me in the room, I still worried about the storm coming our way. Eventually, I must have fallen asleep from the sheer exhaustion. When I woke up the next morning, I was surprised to find that it hadn't even rained overnight. At breakfast, I asked my uncle about the tsunamis which were supposed to be coming our way. He laughed and explained that he was talking about his company headquarters in Japan, not the plant that he worked out of in Delaware. I was so relieved that we were all going to be okay.